queue up of you guys whenever you do the, so keep an eye out.
All right, so.
Okay. Hello, OLC Live friends who've joined us for OLC Live. I'm Dave.
I'm John.
And we are, it's 2 o'clock and it's Central Time. I don't know, Michael, what time is it in your neck of the woods?
It's 12 noon.
Noon. Okay.
I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
So I don't think we didn't have anything on the schedule right now.
No. We this is impromptu. So Opryland is something else. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but Kelvin's going to take us on sort of a walking tour of Opryland and just show everybody what it's like. Try to capture a little bit of the chaos that's going on right now, and try to put you in the scene. I think he'll capture. At least as I was coming in, there were a ton of people milling around. I think sessions were ending, and there's a ton of people just hanging out right now.
Yes.
So hopefully he'll get some of that for you.
Yeah. So he's starting literally right outside of the space that we're in, and kind of going to capture a little bit of this part of this wing of the whole place. So I think he's out there ready to go and ready for us to pass it over to him. So Kelvin, please take it away.
Thanks very much, Dave and John. So yes, I am right outside the very room where you guys are meeting. You see this beautiful OLC Innovate, OLC Live interview and meeting room thing. In fact, watch this. This is meta. What? So from this beautiful room, we're going to just take a walk. This is like the room of requirement, hidden room view. And it's been really, really lovely. But check out this thing. Just walking down the hallway, you're just gonna just be entranced by, look at this, a chandelier. It's kind of awesome, right? You gotta look outside and so this full, beautiful outside view. We have flags at half staff. I am guessing that has to do with the passing of former First Lady Barbara Bush. We got new construction going on right out here. They're constantly beautifying this place. You're going to see some guys stripping down the carpet down here and doing work on the underpinning of the flooring. But look at this grand staircase thing. Out here, you got the beautiful outside and portico and stuff. You got this grand entrance. And this is like one little area among, I don't know, 5 or 6. We're in the convention center area. We'll take a peek into one of several atria. I guess that's the plural of atrium. Atria. You're going to start coming into the outside of the meeting room space here. So you'll see folks doing that. Oh, what session am I going to next? Or, oh, I finally finished my slides. Or, oh, I got to check on email. Or whatever, that whole dance. You'll see this is kind of general conference room kind of stuff, which is, great and everything, but we're going to see if we can find some of the beauty spots of the venue as well. So we'll get right past. You'll see that indeed we are at a conference. There are all the conference affordances here. There's people and there's name badges, and people are being checked on their name badges to make sure they're official and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to quickly get down to some prettier spots. We're going to look down, find some of the more distinct Opryland Hotel areas. You can see there's the outside, there's an outside pool and all that, but it's not the best weather for the pool. Nobody's in the pool. So we're going to go back the way we came to this whole area called the District. It's all these restaurants and bars and shops, and we'll then go into one of our atrium areas and see what we've got to see. Like here, and you see all kind of people milling about. We're in Tennessee, so that's for those alcohol-friendly folks. That is Jack Daniel's territory. So there's all kinds of Jack Daniels kind of stuff, and Irish pubs and sports bars and whatnot. This goes on. I believe I've been told two different things. I've been told 45 acres under roof, and I heard also 50 plus acres under roof in the Opryland Hotel, part of the Gaylord family of hotels. I know there's the Gaylord Texan, the Gaylord Palms, there's a Gaylord Hotel in Washington, D.C., Capitol maybe, Gaylord Capitol. You see what we're doing? Constant beautification here, more working on the carpet. We're heading down toward one of the beautiful atria momentarily.
Down where the Wi-Fi ends.
Yeah, I think he's jumping between routers there.
So let's see. It's coming up ahead of us. It looks like we're walking down a mall, but suddenly we're going to burst out into this whole beautiful garden area. As long as we get trimmed. Oh, I take that.
Oh yeah, he jumped out.
That's all beautiful. You've got in each of the atriums, you got these lovely, almost New Orleans style kind of balconies, wrought iron, looking out into the atrium. Each one has a different personality. The Delta has a little water feature, a little river. You can actually buy tickets and go on a boat tour through this atrium. Can you imagine this? Fascinating. Venue upon venue upon venue. This little place here with the copper kettle-looking thing is an American craft tavern. It's like a little nook, a little snug. This big antebellum-looking building is a steakhouse. I looked at the menu last night. A $145 steak on the menu they call Old Hickory. It must be really tough to eat. So that's what I'm telling myself. I didn't spend $145 to eat a piece of meat. Just letting you know that. Lovely foliage everywhere. We're going to get over to a little overlook here and we can get a sense of the scale of the place and the diversity of structures in the area as we come into this clearing. I'm bearing down on these folks. They're wondering why I'm walking so closely behind them. I'm hoping I don't get hit. You get a sense of scale now. Notice how the hotel is all around us, all the rooms, but in the dead center, a lot of different kind of features. There's a water feature down in the center. I saw a water show there last night, I think at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. A light show with the waters, all synchronized with music and narration. You can just get a glimpse, as I come down this way, of the boat coming down the boat tour on the little river. You look straight down that little sidewalk and look past the fence, you can see a boat coming. Is that crazy or what? There's like a boat ride in the hotel here. Multi-levels, different eateries, all kinds of fun stuff here.
It kind of looks like Las Vegas married Orlando.
What's that?
It looks like Las Vegas married Orlando, Florida is what it looks like.
Hey.
Very large baby.
I think just look at the sheer amount of water here. I mean, look at this. We got a waterfall. Everything has personality to it.
Natural too.
Someone tweeted earlier today, "Are we in Nashville or Costa Rica? You know, where am I? What's happening?" You see a glimpse of the actual kind of front door of the convention center in the background. You see that blue banner possibly is welcome to a different convention, and right above that you see in the written up at the top of the wall, convention center. That gets into the area where I just came from a while ago. But as beautiful as this is one atrium among at least 4, I believe. I think Cascades, Garden, Magnolia, and Delta individual atriums that are more or less like this, but each with their own personality, each with their own eateries and night spots, venues, different hangings from the ceiling, and so forth. And then the convention center has all the convention center kind of stuff. So very cool. Each of the other Gaylord properties, I know the one in Orlando, the Gaylord Palms, has aspects of Florida culture. Some people say Florida culture, you mean Disney? No. I mean, as a native Floridian, rare species, just from talking to me, I think you're entitled to a federal grant because I'm such an endangered species. So the Florida part of the Gaylord Palms, we have a little segment, a little excerpt of the Castillo de San Marcos from St. Augustine, the nation's oldest city. Fort built right there in the Gaylord Palms. We have a reproduction of the southernmost point in the U.S. in Key West, along with a little sunset bar area. And we have an old cracker-style country house and little village area, and other places along there. So I think each of these Gaylord properties tries to do something similar with these big atria, but then each one has its own distinct personality that reflects something of the culture of the place. You see all these beautiful murals as we go along. Where some of us ate lunch today, there's a series of murals of the Centennial Exposition in Tennessee. I'm going to give you a glimpse of a nearby atrium because we're so close. This is the Garden Conservatory atrium, and you're going to see that there are hangings of music, notes, and guitars, and so forth. And this one has a feature of what they call the Skywalk. Not Skywalker. We're not Star Wars people right at the moment, but you can see we're overlooking eateries, and we could walk down below and be in the foliage like we were in the Delta atrium. You see similar kind of hotel balcony overlooks, but then you have all this really interesting music paraphernalia and lights, and at nighttime it's very pretty with the dangling lights. So we'll get up here to the center and look around, and then I'll make my way back to you guys. So very charming venue. Hopefully people are making it to sessions, but it's certainly a good place to go out and take a break, stretch your legs, walk around, see something green, have a cup of coffee, and then go back to the sessions.
Well, had I known there was a boat that goes on a river in the complex, I probably would have had a session I was involved in on the boat. I don't know if I would have had anyone who would have joined, but that would just...
Isn't this place beautiful though? I mean, look at this, all these walkways and staircases. They do a nice job of, it's not all on the same level. It's just nice to walk around, you know. You feel like you're in a place a bit more. I mean, for a constructed space, it's not bad. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's a thing. That's a good tip for somebody who could possibly say, hey, I guess you'd get more people if you bought the tickets for. They did say you could buy out an entire boat. I don't know how much that costs, though. Again, we're passing the Delta atrium there and making our way back toward our home sweet home OLC Live HQ. Again, these folks are working hard on beautifying things every day. And you see a little glimpse of the guest rooms. It is a hotel, after all. You can kind of see where we're going. This is interesting. A lot of, we're next door to the Grand Ole Opry, so there's a lot of history here. I didn't know Pat Sajak was a DJ in town, and there's actually a radio station right here, so you can kind of see. "6:50 a.m. The voice, the radio home of the Grand Ole Opry. Apparently, I know that because it says so on the sign outside. So I'm going to make my way back to the staircase and back up to room C in the Magnolia mezzanine. Any requests for seeing anything else before I make my way back upstairs?
Well, I got to say, I think you've done a really good job giving us a tour. It almost looked like you had done this before.
Yesterday, does that count?
Yeah, I was surprised at all the construction going on. Yesterday, before I went up to my room, someone pointed out that there was an ATM that was wide open, which I had never seen before, and it was just sitting unattended. I can't say I wasn't tempted to stop and investigate further, but I was a bit tired.
Indeed. Well, I am signing off from my field correspondent duties, and I'm preparing to walk back into our home away from home in Davidson Meeting Room C here in the Magnolia mezzanine. Back to you, Dave and John.
All right, I am impressed with how far he actually went.
Yeah, I'm impressed that the wireless held up as well as it did, transitioning over this huge campus. He only made it about halfway though to our room blocks, which are another half mile away, I think. But it's
I'll pull in, huddle up from the miracle of shoe technology, and right back here with you.
So I guess I'd be curious from those who are with us here now, like Chase and David, Jim and Michael and others who I might not be seeing here, but I'd be curious. This is my first time here. You were here
A long time ago. The world was in black and white, and it was just stone knives and bearskins.
Do they still have the piano, like when you're eating dinner, there's like a guy on a piano up on a stage that's up high, and he hits the piano, and then they have like lights and stuff. So they still have that?
I haven't seen that yet. Have you? But there are a lot of venues.
He was the worst professional piano player I've ever heard.
Well, that's probably why he's not here.
He would just hit the keys, bam, 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 and all I could think of was my piano teacher going, "Michael, don't bang the keys."
Well, there is
this
a
was
piano
30 years ago that I was there. It looks like it's just as beautiful as when I was there 30 years ago. But beautiful would not be the word I would use, but it's just as whatever as when I was there. Thank you. I really enjoyed the tour. I got a kick out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a piano out there, and I think we could reenact that. That precious memory of yours.
Yeah, find someone who doesn't know much about playing piano. That would be the best way to do it.
That's
but they have to wear like a white glittery suit or something.
That was the Barachi thing. Yeah.
They kept promoting it, saying, "Oh, he's going to be playing at 8:30, and he's a famous piano player from Opryland or whatever."
They were warning you. You want to be somewhere else.
You want to be somewhere else.
That is a standard Nashville setup right there.
You know what you get when you play a country record backwards?
What's that?
You get your car back, you get your truck back, you get your wife back, you get your dog back.
Did you see, there was a cartoon a couple days ago, guys is singing, and he's saying, "My dog left me, my dog died, my wife left me, my self-driving car drove away. My self-driving truck drove away."
Good 21st century.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
21st century country music.
I wrote one line of a country song once. You want to hear it?
Yes.
That's all I got. Just the one line.
Let's hit us.
I stubbed my toe on the door to your heart.
Ooh, that's good.
We can work with that.
That's good. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Very metaphorical.
I thought that could be something. I don't know.
That's a love song in the making right there.
Have you ever heard "You Stomped on My Heart and You Smashed That Sucker Flat"? It's a real song. I don't know if it's in Spotify, but it probably is.
I have not heard that song.
Well, there you go.
I wrote one country song in my life.
Uh-oh.
It's called "Don't Give Me No Bad Bacon."
Don't give me no bad bacon.
And it's born out of an actual experience.
I would like to hear some of this song.
Well, I'll think about it.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay.
There's a Jewish version too.
Does it involve bacon?
It just says, "Don't give me no bacon."
Yeah,
sounds very similar in Arabic too.
that would work. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Here's the thing, just to zoom out for just a second. There's a kind of a good news, bad news thing here, right? On the one hand, now some of us have joked in between places, not to beat up too badly on the Gaylord folks, but there is sort of this self-contained sense of this Opryland hotel experience. So some of us have joked, yeah, they do not want any penny
Yes.
not spent in their place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because anything that you might want, you
By
can spend
design.
here. That's right.
Yeah.
You come here, you have your experience, you leave.
Yes.
And it's not really close to the immediate. You could walk out. You're still on the grounds for like a mile, I think, and then you could cross the street and maybe you could go to some, like, I don't know, restaurant or bar or something. But it's not immediate. It's not easy to get to some place without driving. Is that right?
Do you think that's by design though? Because this has been here for.
I gotta think that they have some level of control of what gets built around here, and they might have an ability to prevent certain things from getting built.
So there's pros and cons, right? On the one hand, hey, you're here and you don't lose people, for a conference. Like you could step outside, you kind of see a tree, drink something maybe of some sort, and make your way back into a conference. That's good, I guess. But you lose that little sense of place of being in New Orleans or downtown Nashville or somewhere.
It's not gonna reinstate that, but the one thing that you can get to in walking distance here, and we might make a field trip for later, is a putt-putt golf course.
Is that right?
It's down the street. It's a little bit of a hike, but if we really wanted to, we could get there in about 25, 30 minutes.
How did you find the putt-putt golf course?
Yeah.
The one time I've been in Nashville before, I stayed at a tiny, very, very cheap motel that's near here.
Not the Opryland
Yeah,
Hotel.
not the Opryland.
Not the
and
Opryland
it was
Hotel.
directly next to that golf course.
Huh.
And so I was admiring the Opryland off in the distance while putting away.
I have so many great memories of being there. I'll just tell you a couple of stories. We were there, and it was a little small group of computer science education that I was involved in. So I was teaching computer science. There were maybe 400 people. It's a SIG CSE conference. Maybe someone's heard of it. There may be 400 people, and you can imagine a conference of 400 people in the Opryland. You kind of feel like you're the kitchen staff or something. I mean, it's such a small group compared to the scale of the place. And we were there at the same time as the national convention, maybe international, I don't know, for country music DJs. And you can imagine not only the DJs that they had, but all the entertainment that they had and the people dressed. You can just imagine to try to attract the DJ's attention all over the hotel.
Oh my word! So
it was an out of body experience. It was so bizarre. Another thing I remember is my friend Barry Bird was there from Drew University, and he said, "There's this great steak place in Nashville that everybody goes when they come to Nashville, but I can't remember the name of it." I said, "Well, we'll go to the concierge and ask what's the name of the great steak place that everybody goes to when they're in Nashville." And so we went and asked him. He said, "Oh, of course, it's this place." So we got in a taxi. We went there, and it was the most touristy, disappointing place because, of course, everybody goes there when they come to Nashville. You should know from that description that it wasn't going to be very good. It was expensive, and they kind of would stand over you and go like, "Hurry up, because we got somebody waiting to take your table." Right. So if you want to go to that place, just ask the concierge, "Where's the really crappy steak place that everyone goes to in Nashville?"
Well, that's all part of the plan to get you back to this facility.
Exactly. They'd probably send you to the worst one, figure you'll come back, go for the $145 Hickory steak.
I think that's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, so you're bringing back, it's like a flashback, all the memories that are coming back of what a bizarre and strange visit to Nashville I had there.
So this might show my ignorance on these things, but I have never in my life been to any event, wedding, anything where there was a country music specific DJ. Have you?
No, happily not.
Country music.
I had some cousins in Ohio, maybe.
Yeah, well, growing up in rural Northeast Florida, I grew up listening to country music stations I can't say that I've turned my radio dial metaphorically to a country station in many a decade. But I imagine if there were any DJs at any events that I found myself at as a young person, I think it's like asking a fish the word for water, or an Eskimo the name for snow. I mean, there's like, you have to kind of get out of context. DJs, well, of course they play country music. What else are they going to play?
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably it. But yeah.
Yeah, growing up in Alabama, there were many stations, and all of them were country.
Yeah, various flavors
yeah.
of country music.
Both kinds of music, right?
Country and Western.
Well, as you were talking, I guess I do have this memory. I went to a line dancing place in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and it was all country music. He must have been a country music DJ, I guess. But yeah. Is that for country music DJs? Is line dancing always involved, or is it?
It would depend on the wedding, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
If you're thinking of a band, that they're a band, that's usually what shows up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true. I'm getting Blues Brothers flashbacks. Those guys show up in the bar and the suits and
They play Rawhide for 4 hours. Yeah,
that's right.
That's the only country song they know.
That's right. I need to go watch that again.
Now, Northwest Florida is great country music territory, definitely.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we joke about that. Northwest Florida is a whole different time zone from the rest of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphorically.
In both senses of the term.
And actually, yes, indeed. Because the Panhandle, once you get a little bit west of Tallahassee, it's in Central Time, as opposed to the rest of Florida is in Eastern Time. Yes.
But Alabama has one of the greatest meccas of music in Alabama is Muscle Shoals. I mean, music comes out of Muscle Shoals. Just some of the greatest music ever, and it's classic American music because it's country and it's soul and it's rock and roll and it's blues and it's all mixed together really, really well.
Different nuances, but the same maybe spirit of some of the Mississippi Delta, Tennessee kind of soul.
And Memphis too, right? Because it's close to Memphis.
Yes, that's right.
And there's a song I heard recently, a guy singing about how his heart's in Memphis, but his job's in Nashville because that's where he can find work as a musician.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, and the past 2 years for this Innovate conference has been in New Orleans.
That's true.
One of the coolest things to me was the New Orleans jazz groups that were playing between sessions.
Like right there in the room. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a different. And going back to the tour of Opryland, that's radically different, is that I was drawn out into the city to go listen to music. Yes. I had a hard time attending sessions because I wanted to see the city. Whereas here, whether I want to leave or not, there's not much of an option of there's no escaping.
And ironically, while the moniker Music City USA is applied to Nashville, right here we are, the Opryland Hotel, you don't have that same, the music is coming into you, right?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean,
not yet. So.
I think if you go to East Nashville, you'd feel it.
Yeah. Walking down Broadway last
downtown,
night. My word.
Mm-hmm.
Be more like Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I want to have some of that experience. I need to get out of here at some point and find an escape hatch and go downtown or something.
That'll be the next OLC Live, right?
Maybe. OLC Live unplugged, unfiltered, after hours. Something. I'm still waiting to hear Dave's song.
Oh, I'll keep thinking about it.
Okay.
But
maybe you can get Rick Franklin to sing it if you write it up for him.
There you go.
I think he's here. He is playing right now.
Well, then why are we looking at you guys?
That's true. That's what I was thinking. Like, well, goodness, how'd we miss that?
I think he's playing right now down in the Innovation Lab. Maybe I'll jump down there.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
See if I can catch some of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's worth listening.
And then at 2:45, That's the networking time.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm supposed to be down that way anyway. So
Yeah, 2:45 Central Time. Dave will be outside in the network area trying to catch people, have little snippets of insights from viewpoint of individuals, their experience at the conference. But boy, if we could get a couple of minutes of Rick's playing, that'd be great, right?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Maybe we can, I don't know, it'll be the video that everybody goes back to.
Yeah, that's clever. It's almost like we thought about that one. Like a little Easter
By the
egg.
way, your video and audio is excellent, but the video and audio from the conference itself, the audio is not very good.
From in the official virtual sessions?
Yeah, it's choppy. It keeps cutting out, like
No
having
kidding.
bandwidth problems or something. And also the video is really fuzzy. I don't know what technology they're using or if they're having bandwidth problems, but it's not very good. I watched one. I chatted to the session moderator. They had a chat open, and I told her, and the other person who was in the chat said the same thing. So I don't think it's my desktop. You guys, it's perfect. Of course, when you're walking around on the phone, it was going in and out a little bit, but it was surprisingly good overall. And then, but right now it's perfect.
That's awesome. I think John's making a note of that to bring up to the powers that be. I won't name any names about the webcast virtual session platform, but I will say kind appreciative shout out to our friends from Zoom who are providing the platform for our OLC Live experience. And again, Paul Carmack on the keys, ladies and gentlemen. Wave, Paul. You know, there's Paul.
Is Cord England there?
He is.
Zoom?
He's on the vendor floor.
Yeah, well, tell him I said hello.
I will.
And in an hour, I'm going to be presenting live over Zoom with Autumn.
Oh, very cool.
When is that
session about how to make video conferences work well and how to have intimate video conferences. So
Excellent.
Cool.
it's going to be an hour from now.
Very cool. Now, the ironic thing would be, is that going to be one of those webcast virtual sessions as well?
It's not. We told him it wasn't appropriate for that.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to be, I was going to be Zooming in remotely. We submitted it that way. And we were afraid that the technology, trying to combine the two technologies was probably not going to work. So,
Yeah.
but I have about a half a dozen people coming in from around the country via Zoom to participate as remote participants.
Oh, very cool.
Via Zoom. So.
And we ought to try to figure out how to catch that session. I saw that listed, and I know Autumn mentioned it. I think that sounds like a cool session.
Yeah, we hope it will be.
Yeah.
I can't come to Tennessee on a business trip because it's illegal for a California state employee to travel to Tennessee on business.
Is that right?
There's a list of 8 states that we are forbidden to travel to because of regressive social policies.
No kidding.
Yep, and Tennessee is one of them. North Carolina, Mississippi, Kansas, Texas. No South by Southwest for me, unless I want to pay my own way.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's worth. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's worth a mention, just to think through the implications of things when states make decisions and then other state employees can't get there. And
it was one of the things we talked about with this conference is, but the conference had been booked, I think, before those policies went into place. I mean, you know, it's one of those things you book a couple of years out.
Sure.
Yep.
And so it was, you know, it was a bit of a scramble to figure out what to do with that. But it's part of the reason that we, you know, came up with the idea of OLC Live.
Yeah.
There's an increased focus on being able to bring people in from California and a couple of the other states that have similar policies.
Well, I'm on the planning committee. I'm on the diversity and inclusion committee, and I specifically said I'm not going to be at the conference because I knew once, you know, I said, great, well, let's try that out. So
yeah, well, I'm sure glad that you've joined in today with us, Michael. That's awesome. I do see
David's
that Dave
down on the floor. I don't know if he's getting close to.
He's got to be getting close to something.
So let me tell you, I am right outside the innovation lab, and the word on the street is that Rick Franklin himself is up in about 9 minutes. So he is going to be playing
Very cool.
during the networking time, which is perfect. So I'll bring my camera back on in about that time when he starts, and then we'll get that rolling.
Awesome.
Yeah. So maybe John, we might take a little stretch break for a couple of minutes and let everybody get a cup of something and hit the restroom and join back up in those 9 minutes. And that Rick will be a good entree into the person on the street kind of conversations that Dave's hoping to have around the innovation lab. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. Good
That's
talking to you,
great.
Mike.
I'll try to catch a little bit of that before I go get ready to present with April. Autumn.
Yeah.
I get my months, times of years confused. Autumn. With 2 M's.
Oh, that's right. That's good. That's all right. Yeah. So we'll join back up at what is that? Is that the? So 9 minutes of 2:40.
Yeah, 2:45.
2:45. Okay. So
Later.
around then we'll reconnect with you guys.
Bye now.